Evening, boys. Hope you're all good. As I mentioned earlier, just got a bit of a graphic up on the screen with some draft ideas for the next save that will commence at the end of this season. Obviously, not wanting to rush or discount the rest of this season, but just throwing some ideas out there. Create a little bit of conversation. So I just thought I'd drop that up on the screen whilst I put the last few submissions in. So yeah, 3 sort of draft options for you to all have a look at and ponder. Feel free to go back and have a look or ask any questions, make any suggestions, or whatever. But yeah, that is thanks for Duggan for putting the graphics together. So yeah, I'll leave that with you for now, and we will crack on with tonight's action, where we are into game week 17 of season 4. Vanuatu still top by 3 points, only conceded 6 goals in 16. Hobart second, and then Aborigines, Warriors, Blitz, and Vikings make up the top 6, with Dragons and Bushrats and Rapa Nui probably still in pursuit as well. Evening to the guys in the chat. Jens Savage, Dazzler is here, Steve's here, Rob's here, Duggan, plenty of people as well, probably lingering in the background. We will stick the Vikings on for Jens first, because why not? And that will be the first game of the evening. So we're going to go to Vikings against Wanganui. Last time out, Vikings lost 1-0 to Dragons. Henri with the goal. Couple of changes for Jens. Can't remember what they were, but Nesta should be captain. I know that. Nesta is back in, I think, for Lucio, and then a little switcheroo. Zanoni or Gattuso back in, Donati dropping to the bench. Over at Wanganui, we have got a few changes. Emerton has dropped out. Malevsky and Janicek are both back into DMC. Osmanovsky onto the right-hand side. Just someone give me a thumbs up that the sound is okay. Should be fine, but just want to clarify that. But then we will kick off game 1 of the evening, Vikings versus Wanganui. And it is Maxim into double figures for the season. Puts Vikings 1-0 up on 18 minutes. Thank you, Daz. And we're 40 minutes in now, heading towards half-time. Vikings still leading. And we do get to half-time. 3 attempts all on target for the Vikings. Nothing from Wanganui, who are on a god-awful run. I think Mike will be the first to admit. Plenty of decent plays in there. Potentially a little shake-up in tactic might do them good, but I'm sure Mike will keep plodding on until the end of the season to try and turn it around. Johnny Cheddar doing okay on an 8, but apart from that, 7s and 6s over at the Vikings. Maxim with the goal. We got an assist from Ian Hart, who was playing an 8, and Vieira and Gattuso into the book. Maxim has had 2 shots and scored 1 goal, but apart from that, wouldn't expect Jens to change anything up. Short the MC, arrow to AMC. Okay. Gattuso for Nikolai. Up top. Central. There we go. Attacking change from the Vikings, potentially looking to boost their goal difference as we head towards the playoffs. Trying to secure a top 2 spot, which is always an advantage, but we're through to 65 minutes. Sorry about that. Chatting away. But yeah, just the one attempt from Vikings in that 20 minutes since the break. Hart up to a 9 now, having a really good game and good save in general. Over at Wanganui. No real change, to be honest. Not a lot happened in that 20 minutes. Cheddar's on an 8. Malewski doing okay alongside him. Forward play struggling to get involved. Bench options for Savage. We've got Donny and Emerton as the only real two changes in there, you would think, if you can describe Brett Emerton as a game changer. 54 passes for Zanoni. Yep, he's getting on the ball plenty. I was hoping to do a bit of a watch along England game alongside the stream tonight, but that has been delayed, unfortunately. So, right, what we got going on here? Donati for Scholes. Scholes is shit, isn't he? So shit. Gingerhead, little dick prick. And that is it. Malewski and Cheddar arrows to MC. New draft, no Maxim, absolutely. Malewski and Cheddar arrows to MC. Chocolate for Samba. Okay, I mean. Okay, right, let's run this one through. Stick a bar of dairy milk up front instead of Cherno Samba and see if that can come good for Wanganui. It looks like what Vikings are going to see it out. It's a penalty, and Malewski has scored a late equaliser. Would you believe it? They've not had a sniff, but they have snatched a point at the death. Jens will be fuming with that. Mike will be pleased. 2 attempts, 1 on target. Not a great game, to be honest. All Vikings first half. A couple of attempts each in the second half. Malewski did a decent job with Cheddar in DMC. Malewski converting the penalty that was won by Robbie Keane. Ian Hart picks up man of the match for his assist. All-round good game. Maxim on an 8, 7s and 6s across the board. Vikings, I mean, they weren't overly dominant. It wasn't the best game, but would have liked to have held on. Mike will be pleased with a point. Next up, we're going to go to Unicorns versus Rapa Nui. Rob lines up like this. We've got Delvecchio and Brugink up front. And what was the other change? Thank you, Mike. No problem. Lassisi back in for whoever was in before, Materazzi. For Rob over at the Unicorns. Few changes. Extra Bria in. Mackay's injured. Udaisy's in. Someone else is out. Abiat is in. Elafropoulos is out. Hoffland, the other absentee. So 3 changes for Smuts. No idea who the captain is, so it's going to be Stilian Petrov. Smuts versus Rob for game 2 of the evening. Definitely chance of making the playoffs. Don't want to fall too much further behind over the next 10 games. And Cliver has put the Unicorns 1 up. We've got injury. 10 seconds to see if he's here. He's probably not. But it will be a straight swap for Beckham, you would think. We'll just do that. Pretty sure Smuts said it was his anniversary and he's having a pot noodle or wank or something like that. So Beckham's on for Maravicki on the right-hand side for the Unicorns. We've looked the better side in the first half. Smirting into the book. Heading towards half time. And Guerrero, one of Rob's favourites, who generally comes up with something once every 7 or 8 games and then it's pretty bang average in between. But he's levelled up here for Rapa Nui, pretty even first half, 1 apiece. 4 attempts, Unicorns, 3 Rapa Nui. Smirtin and Sorchinski in the book. Guerrero on an 8 with his goal on the break, just before the break. Over at the Unicorns, assist from Duncan Van Mol. From the left-hand side for Patrick Cliver, even into Dimble. I hope you're good, my friend. Yeah, Beckham on for the injured Maravicchia, and we won't be changing anything for Smuts, so we'll just see if Rob wants to do anything at all. So the changes for Robert. Michael Stewart for Sauce. Guerrero back in the middle in a 2. Sauce and Frips. I assume you mean it like that. Just give us a thumbs up, Roberto. Let me know that is exactly how you want it. And we'll get into the second half. No problem at all. You boys staying up to watch the England game, or is nobody asked? Interested to see what you think of that. And anybody actually think they're going to stay up and watch all of the World Cup? Like, are you going to try and watch as much as you can, or are you just going to catch up, check results in the morning? What's your plans, lads, for the World Cup? Salah's injured. I assume it's going to be Pizarro. Yeah, Magic 60 as well, Rob. So if there's anything else you want to do, obviously it's skipped a little bit on, but if there's anything else you want to do, give me a shout. Quick look at the stats. Nothing at all since half time. There's an Uzbek game on at 3 a.m. That's the marker for a true lunatic. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Are you setting that marker, Rob? Are you going to be there at 3 a.m.? Van Mol on a 9, Clivert on an 8, along with Wes Brown. A couple of decent performances, one apiece. Let's see if we can get a winner. Big chance for Clivert for the Unicorns, but it is Pizarro from the bench. And the Rapa Nui boys have turned this around in a big game as they chase the playoffs. But Clivert has levelled up on 78 minutes at the other end for the Unicorns into the last 10. Is there a late winner? There is not. Unicorns 2, Rapa Nui 2. I think Rob thought he'd snatched it from behind on 69 minutes. But Clivert at the double levels for the Unicorns. Even game, pretty much. 6 attempts, Unicorns, 7, Rapa Nui. Guerrero did well. Soroczynski picked up an assist. Pizarro scored from the bench. For Rob, Van Mol picked up 2 assists and a 10 on the left-hand side. Some nice stats in some nice areas for a winger on that chap. And yeah, 2 apiece. Next up, we've got Vanuatu versus AFC. Steve's Withers have had nothing from Rocks, I don't think. So Velas came in for Juan Gomez. Steve's here. I'm sure he was here earlier, but just in time. Steve against Rocks. Steve lines up like this. Ebby Sand back in. Michael Owen drops out. I'm pretty sure that was Terry's back as well. For Steve, whose lead has been cut to 3 points at the top. But if this goes with form, you would expect 3 points for Vanuatu. Ronaldinho into the book inside the first 10 minutes. Some good play by Mason Javan. And another booking and an excellent strike from Gallardo, who's been really good for Steve. He's come in, he sort of came in, filled in a number of different positions through injuries and suspensions, and has sort of forced his way into the side on a permanent basis. Done really well. Excuse the beeping of the air fryer in the background. And we get to half time. 45 minutes. Vanuatu dominant, 5 attempts, 3 on target. Just the 1 for Rox's boys. Quick look at AFC. Andrea on an 8, continuing to have a really good season. Lots of 5s and 6s in there. Whatever Rox is doing at the moment, it's just not quite working. Over at Vanuatu, Gallardo with the goal, no assist for that. He's playing an 8. 2 or 3 bookings in there to be mindful of for Steve. Some big players, Veron, Totti and Ronaldinho. Wouldn't expect anything until at least 60 from Steve, though. Roll it magic. That's what we will do. Excuse me. Andrea for another big save. We get to 60 minutes on the click. Every sign goes close, but we get to the break at 1-0 still. A couple of attempts in that 15 minutes since half time, but no real change in terms of the ratings. 3 bookings apiece. Wouldn't be entirely against seeing somebody sent off based on those 6 bookings so far. Lee Bowyer really struggling, just 1 tackle completed from 8. Schmuck not doing well either. But Steve is going to leave it. He's happy that the boys can see it out from here, so we'll run it. Javan is injured, so that's going to be Paragon comes in up front, and we'll run it on to full time. 20 minutes to play. Feel like if anyone's going to score, it's going to be Vanuatu, and there we go. As I say, that Ebby Sam doubles the lead for the league leaders. As the chasing pack close in on Vanuatu, this is not the fixture they would have wanted to see for them tonight, but credit to Steve, can only beat what's in front of you, and that is what they have done. Vanuatu 2, AFC 0. Dominant from the home side, 12 attempts, 7 on target, just 2 attempts on the away side. Andre, the only player that comes away with any real credit. Apart from that, pretty shabby. Cannavaro did okay, plenty of tackles, picked up a booking, gets a 7. But yeah, apart from that, best guy picks up another match for a solid defensive performance. Joe Cole picks up an assist. Well played. Next up, we've got Hodges Townsville, who against Bushrats, who have got a couple of new additions. Saviola comes in, as does Zambrotta in a big deal involving Giggs and Inzaghi, I think it is, that went across to Dimble. So we'll get them some shirt numbers. Last time out, Townsville turned it around. El Nino turned it on with a hat-trick, and they dismissed Wanganui. Let's see if they're good or change of fortunes can continue. Townsville versus Bushrats. "25, 36 minutes in, nothing real happened. And we're into the last minute of the first half. Flown by with not a great deal. Montero into the book just before half time. Is there a late goal at the end of the first half? Another booking for Charlie Chaos. And we get to half time. 0-0, 3 attempts, 2 on target. Townsville 6 attempts, 3 on target for Tato's Bushrats. Barthez and Valharan doing a good job. Charlie Chaos into the book, putting in plenty of tackles as well. Not a lot going on with the attacking players. Tato's going to go as is. Pretty solid from Townsville. Predominantly 7s, Tybee on an 8, Morientes on a 6. I'm pretty sure Hodges not about, so we will run it to 60. And we get to 60 just to see what... Oh, Hodgie is here. Apologies, Hodgie. I didn't think you were in the building, but here you are. Stats 4 and 2 for Townsville, 7 and 3 for Bushrats. Zambrotta on a 5 on debut on the left-hand side. Alan Smith playing a rare 5, having had an exceptional season yet again. Over at Townsville, 7s and 8s, decent home performance, given recent form for them. Just see what the guys want to do. Apologies, just grabbing a quick drink there while them changes come through. We've got for Hodgie Amoroso for Torres. Seems harsh given his exploits last week, but that is what we will do. Nothing come through from Tato, so we'll just wait and see if he wants to do anything. Didn't see last week. Yeah, back to winning ways last week. 4-1 away to Anganui. Torres with a hat trick. I've not seen anything come through from Spud. If there's anything there that I've missed, someone give me a shout. But here we go. Smith for Tony. Smith for Tony. The rest can stay for now. Okay, magic. All right. Townsville versus Bushrats to a conclusion it is. I feel like there's a winner in this game somewhere. Not sure which way. 20 minutes probably to play with stoppages. We're into the last 10 of them now. Tony involved with Larson. Comes to nothing into the last couple of minutes. Saviola with a chance. Bushrats pushing. And they have got a late winner. 88 minutes. Larson has scored. He's been so good for Tato in spells over the last season or two. And that is a big, big goal in the Bushrats playoff charge. Unlucky from Townsville, who more than held their own. 7 attempts from them. Just a 2 on target, 11 and 6 from the Bushrats. Sammy Hoopier with the assist for Henrik Larsson late on. Yeah, Charlie Chaos had a really good game. Ortega did okay. Some decent ratings in there, a couple of poor performances as well, but Tato won't get a shit. 3 big points in the current situation. Next up, we've got a 2-2 duo against Duggan's Dragons. Line up like this tonight. Ambrosini's in because Jeremy's is out. Kuhl is in. Aymar is out to the bench. Archie Back is back on the bench for the Dragons. 2-2 got a few absentees, I think. Collusion is in. TMC got Saeed out over Mars, who's done okay from the left, and the Duca. And that is how the duo line up. Game 5 potentially of the evening. 2-2 versus Dragons. Early action, and Cafu on 2 minutes puts the Dragons in front. Duggan will be pleased given their poor performance in front of the goal over the course of the last probably couple of seasons on and off, to be honest. But it is Crespo, gets his 5th of the season, levels up for 2-2. Collusion into the book. End-to-end game, plenty of action. Kuhl with a massive chance, but doesn't convert as we head towards half-time. Dragons pushing heavy. We get to the break at 1 apiece. 3 attempts for 2-2, 5 and 3 back the Dragons. Zidane picks up an assist for Cafu's goal early on. Ambrosini down on a 6, along with Buffon, 7s for everybody else. With the exception of Cafu, who got the opener over at 2-2. Pretty mixed bag. Roy Keane having a decent game, 6 tackles completed. Raul picks up an assist. Ian Robin struggling. He's had a really dead save, which is disappointing. Back for Kuhl for Dugs is done. Not sure if I've seen Meady or Liam about tonight. Oh, there he is, right on cue. Liam says to 60. Perfect. So we will do that. Big chance for Crespo. Bit of an early click, and Back scored on click. Apologies for that. I didn't want it to fly past. But yeah, we'll do changes now. Archie back on 58 minutes has put the Dragons back in front. Inspired change at half time. Assist coming from Cafu, who's having a wonderful game. He's only attempted 7 passes, 4 complete. But yeah, over at 2-2, a decent performance overall, to be honest. A couple of plays on 6s. But apart from that, not bad at all. Roy Keane's still doing well. As is for Duggan, as expected. Eto is going to come on for Robin, who is struggling. For Liam, perfect. Right, boys, we'll play it through. Dragons 2-1 up. Oh, wait, 2-0, 20 minutes to play. Raul must score, but doesn't. Somehow it stays out. Lundberg with a chance. 2-2 and not out of this yet. Still creating. Okronko into the book is the late drama. Fine save, but Eto from the bench has levelled it on 85 minutes. And then nothing happens. No late drama. Well, that is late drama, but no late drama. As 2-2 get a point. On the balance of it, probably fair, to be honest. Let's have a look. Raul picked up an assist. Eto from the bench. I'm sure he's done pretty well from the bench 2 or 3 times this season, Eto. Roy Keane with a boss midfield performance for the 2-2 boys. Cafu, goal and assist, 10, man of the match, as expected. 7s for absolutely everybody else from the Dragons, with the exception of Gigi Buffon, who had a better time of it in the second half. A point apiece. Next up, we've got the Blitz versus the Warriors in another game. This is how the Blitz line up. Giggs comes in for a debut. Stanic comes in at AMC. Inzaghi onto the bench. I think that was it for Dimble. And across at the Warriors, we've got Rustico and Shevchenko out. Chris Perry's come in. Tristan has come in after scoring from the bench last week. And Del Piero comes in at AMC with Kutsov dropping to the bench. So the battle of the black and yellows as both sides to secure a spot. Good luck, Dims. Plenty of action early doors, and it's Del Piero, who pretty sure came from Blitz, has scored, and Tristan has doubled the Warriors' lead, and Hussein strikes back on 17 minutes. What a game we've got on our hands here. Action from all angles from the very first minute. Half an hour in now, and Stanic has the ball in the net, but it's not going to count. Offside, can't keep up. There's so much action going on, and Vogel has levelled up with his first goal for the Blitz. And what a 45 minutes. Blitz 2, Warriors 2. End-to-end stuff for both sides. 3 attempts, 2 on target Blitz. 3 and 3 for the Warriors. It felt like there was a lot more action than that. We'll start with Dimble. Giotis on a 5. Vogel on a 10 for a goal and an assist. Giggs picks up an assist on his debut. Hussein on an 8 because of his goal, obviously. 7s for everybody else. For Dimble over at the Warriors, we've got Nick Vatula on a 4. The keepers are having stinkers. Del Piero with the goal, along with Tristan. Assist from Zelius and Zeriberto. It's not a lot of passes completed. It's been pretty much like a basketball game. It feels like I should swap the keeper here, but I'm just not sure. Enigma Tulin's been so good this season. But we can't have a repeat of that for more fucking shambles. So we're going to swap the keepers. We'll see if Dims wants to do anything before we get the second half underway. Just wait on Dimble's instruction. I've not seen anything come through. Is Dimble still with us? Just having a quick look at the England lineup. How close do we think that's going to be to how we start the World Cup? I think it's pretty close, to be honest. I don't think. I think Saka will play instead of Madueke. I think Rashford will probably play from the left instead of Gordon. But apart from that, that's probably how we're going to go next week, isn't it? Potentially Gay for Stones, maybe. We'll see. I'll just give Dims another few seconds to see if he's still about. All right, we'll go to 60. Remember, Warriors were 2-0 up early doors. Blitz have pulled it back to 2 apiece. Feels like there's more goals in this one. Two good teams. Lots of high-caliber players. We get to 60. 4 attempts, 2 on target. More Warriors pressure in that 15 minutes than Blitz. Mendieta on a 5. He's been exceptional this season. Not made any tackles, a couple of off-target attempts. But let's have a look. We're going to take Ronaldo off and we're going to put Mido on up front. And again, I'll just give Dimble a little bit of time to see if he's here. Has anybody else seen any messages come through from Dimble that I've missed? Is anybody else even still here? The chat's gone a bit quiet. Nice back. Okay, we're at 60 minutes, 2 apiece. Don't know if you saw the first half, but Warriors went 2-0 up early. You pulled it back to be level at the break. Nothing happened since 60 minutes. You've got Shiotis on a 5, Vogel on a 10 with a goal and an assist. For Warriors, I swap keepers at half time. Nigmatula on a 4. I've just brought on Mido for Ronaldo up front. And a roll from Dimble Magic. Right, all the best as we get the last 30 minutes back underway. It feels like there's a winner. I'm sure there'll be a winner in this game. Tristan with a chance for Warriors. 20 minutes to play. Del Piero involved plenty into the last minute of the game. Is there a late winner? No, there isn't. Mad. All the action in the first half. 2 apiece, 2 really good sides. Yeah, even game. 6 attempts versus 7. 3 on target versus 4. A 4 for the keeper, which is rare to see. A few 6s in there. David's doing well. He's done well since he come in. Tristan scores for the second game running. Vogel picks up man of the match for his 10 goal and an assist. Asin with an 8 for his goal. Giggs assist on debut. A few more 8s in there. And a decent game. Fair result. Well played, Dimble. And this could be the last game of the night. We've got Aborigines versus Hobart. High-flying Aborigines with the league's top scorer, Tomadera, who's on 14 goals, the highest number of goals scored by a player in a season in this save is 19. 10 games to go for Tomadera to chase that down. Leon Pure's back in for them. And for Hobart, Riquelme comes in to debut at DMC for the injured Van Bommel. So, good luck to KD, who's usually lingering around. Just give us a wave, Dan, so I know that you're here. And as well. And Jacks continues his good form for Hobart this season, puts them 1-0 up. That's here, magic. And it is that man, Tomadera, 15th goal of the season. He's hunting down that record. Two teams having a really good seasons. Two players having really good seasons, both in the mix for probably player of the season. If we continue as we are going, get to our time, 6 attempts from Hobart, just the 1 on target, 4 and 3 for Aborigines. Over at Hobart, decent performance from them. Tomasi continuing his fabulous season on a 9. Jacks with an 8. Gus Lopez with the assist. Simkoviak doing well as Kivu. Over at Aborigines, 7s and 6s for everybody. Tomadera with the goal assisted by Nilsson. He's doing well in that centre field position for Aborigines. Would expect both guys to probably go to 60. Daz is going to go to 60. And Dan is going to pop Riquelme a little bit further forward. Magic. To 60 minutes we go. And it flies by 69 minutes. A yellow card for somebody there. Could have been Gus Lopez. But yeah, 69 minutes. Nothing since half time, I don't think. Dede and Tomadera move their ratings up to an 8 for Aborigines. Nothing else of note there. Same story for Hobart as well. 7s and 6s for a couple of 8s and 9s in there as well. Don's going to play on and see it through. We'll just see if Daz wants to do anything. Fiore, Rumoshenko and Defoe on the bench are his options. For those who might have missed the start, I put a few graphics up with some options for the draft. Actually, stick a small arrow forward on Riquelme. Just do Daz's first. Defoe for Dilson. Stick to up top. Arrow on Nilsson. Stick to a few options for next season's draft on a graphic at the start of the stream. I'll drop those graphics into the group after the game for you to have a look at and take on board any feedback, any suggestions, any builds, any preferences as we look towards what the next save will bring. Exciting times, new database, new players. I think it's ready for a refresh in the All-Stars, and I think barring 1 or 2, but sceptical, pretty unanimous in agreement that that's the right way to go. So yeah, looking forward to it. We get to full time. Not a great deal happened in that second period. Hobart won, Aborigines won. Some close games between sides at the top tonight. 9 attempts Hobart, but just a 2 on target, 5 and 4 for Aborigines. 9 for Taribo West. A few 8s in there. Tomadera scores again. And over at Hobart, Gus Lopez with the assist picks up man of the match. Decent performance from Hobart. Kitchen Dan. Just Milito on a 6 and 1 apiece. Points shared. So it classifies quite a few results tonight. 5 games drawn. Blitz 2, Warriors 2, Hobart 1, Aborigines 1, Townsville no Bushrats 1, 2 2 2, Dragons 2, Unicorns 2, Rapa Nui 2, Vanuatu 2, AFC 0, and Vikings 1, Ganui 1. Leaves the table looking like this. Vanuatu extend the lead back to 5 points and still only conceded 6 goals. Impressive stuff from Steve. Hobart, the closest chasers, on 31. Aborigines and Warriors on 30. Blitz 29. And then Vikings and Bushrats tied on 27, either side of the dotted line. Dragons and Rapa Nui most definitely still in the mix with 9 games to play. You would suggest that anybody below that is out of it and looking towards next season. Yeah, you'd be needing probably 7 wins, and there's 9 games left. So yeah, nobody below there has won more than 4 all season. So highly unlikely that's going to happen. 6 goals is fucking nuts considering we did 2 last game. Record now 17. I think me and Jens hold the record. Magic. I'm sure Swanee will be able to tell us. I'll drop him the results out so we can update his stats for us and ask a question. Team stats: Warriors top the form table from Blitz. Hobart and Aborigines also unbeaten in their last 5 games. AFC 5 defeats on the bounce. Considering Wanganui are on the longest run without a win of the save, they still sit 10th in the league table. Player stats: Tomasi continues to do well. All the usual names, the DMCs. Javier Zanetti up there doing a decent job for Dazzler. Dario Hussein creeping up there. He's got 5 in 9 for Blitz. And Dede as well, out on the left-hand side. Goals: Madeira on 15 with Maxim back on 10, and Jax and Zizi Roberts from Hobart. In terms of assists, Alan Smith still leading the way on 8. Gus Lopez moves on to 5 after assist tonight. And then a host of players on 4. So yeah, that wraps up tonight, boys. I'll end it there. I'll drop the graphics out in a little bit. I'll move the save. I'll upload it. I'll probably do packs tomorrow, unless Daz or somebody else can jump on and do it. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think about next season's draft, and I'll speak to you soon. So.